So we've finally gotten our first look at Beware the Batman. Yesterday, Warner Brothers Animation released this teaser trailer for the show with no dialogue. I guess they're still recording it, which I think is unfortunate. I think with animation it always works best if you record the dialogue first because there might be nuances that affect the animation. Yet I'm sure Andrea Romano, who's always been the casting director and sat in all the recording sessions for these shows from Warner Brothers Animation, is involved, and she's not going to let... She's always done great work, so I'm sure that'll be well done. But anyway, they released this, and it's interesting because they seem to have chosen for some reason the exact animation style of Green Lantern, the animated series, and I don't know why anybody would use an animation style that was previously used on a show that they had to cancel. But maybe this show, Beware the Batman, was too far along at that point for them to change it. And it is kind of sad to me that Bruce Timm's wonderful artwork, which had such a nice warmth, hand-drawn quality to it, has been kind of, I don't know, like morphed into this 3D kind of computer thing, which I think is only a mere shadow of Bruce Timm's work, and I don't like it. I'm disappointed in that. I don't know. I mean, that Spider-Man cartoon that they made a long time ago on MTV that was computer animated, that's not really a classic for the ages. And the two big shows that everyone's loved recently are Korra and Young Justice, and those were also hand drawn. So I don't know. I don't understand this fascination with like kind of creating the roly-poly-oly Batman version. I don't get it. But I will say, though, when I watched this trailer, I kind of was intrigued because I liked what they were doing with it. I don't know if anyone here has read Batman Earth 1. It's a really great reimagining of the Batman mythos by Geoff Johns and Gary Frank. I really liked what they did there. It was really well thought out, very meticulously researched and woven, and is a really compelling story. And this kind of seems to be taking some of those elements, which I like. So I'm a little bit more open to this maybe than someone who hasn't read that graphic novel. And they're working on a sequel. It's so good, and I really think you should pick it up. I'm happy to say that I did recommend it on this show a while ago, and I did get a number of comments from people who said they picked it up and really enjoyed it. So go and get that. But as for this, so I'm curious to see what they do here. I'm going to check it out. I saw, by the way, though, that when Warner Brothers posted on their animation YouTube page that it was a disaster. It got so many dislikes, it was shocking. I put a link to it down below. I don't know how Warner Brothers must feel looking at that. I wonder if they do look at that. I would be super nervous if I were them, though, because they really, after canceling basically their entire DC Nation lineup, it's so unfortunate to see this happening. This is how the new one's being received, the replacement. That said, though, this could just be a backlash against canceling what was a very popular lineup. Or moderately popular, I think, towards the end. But anyway, I don't know. Young Justice definitely has its diehard fans, but obviously it wasn't working for some reason because it was canceled. That's a whole other discussion, which we've already had. But anyway, this is not a good start for this new DC Nation. That said, though, when I was watching it, even though I was intrigued and wanted to watch it, also just because I'm a huge Batman fan, I just love it so much, I would give anything that was Batman-related a shot. It's just, by far and away, Batman and the X-Men, as I've always said, are my favorite characters, and I will check out and try to like anything that's involved with them. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, is this something I'm going to tune into on a regular basis? Is this a show that I'm going to set my DVR to and take time out of my busy schedule to watch? Because while I never missed an episode of The Legend of Korra, and for most of the time I never missed an episode of Young Justice, but for most of the time I watched them right away. Towards the end, it was a little bit difficult to get myself to watch it because I was disappointed in the storyline, as I did in my discussion of the show being canceled, as I talked about. But those are the only shows recently that I really paid attention to. I liked Teen Titans Go. I thought it was fun, but I don't check back and regularly watch that. Even Venture Brothers, I feel, has gotten a little repetitive. I watched the first season premiere. I enjoyed it, but I'm 2 episodes behind now, and I still have to catch up. So, Warner Brothers Animation used to be that was the one thing they were definitely getting right, indisputably. Everyone agreed on it. And I think that they need to really keep an eye on that. Bruce Timm just recently left. And it would be a shame if they were just turning out stuff that was like, oh, this is on? Okay, I guess I'll watch it. Oh, it's in the background. Maybe I'll do something else while it's on. I don't know. I'm going to try this. I'm holding out hope that it's good. What do you think? Do you hate it as much as everybody else? Where do you think your hate comes from? Is it a backlash against what they did to DC Nation, the shows that you liked, or do you just really dislike what they're doing with Batman? And do you agree that Bruce Timm's artwork is better hand drawn, or do you think that it works as 3D animation? Because I know that Green Lantern did have its fan base. So write your thoughts down below. I hope you enjoyed this review of this new trailer, and see you around. Bye.